He is now quite mature in that field, so we don't have those kind of. So I will. कितना टाइम है मेरे पास 4 वीडियोस हैं जो कि चारों देखने लायक हैं, पर कुछ घर पे भी जाके देख सकते हैं.
Give a flavor of
video. Okay.
Then Q&A somebody has.
Okay, so let me give you the big hope of the numbers that I was talking about, where the pharma industry is going and where merchant exporters, I think, have a big role to play.
There are approximately 10,000 to 12,000 pharmaceutical manufacturing units in India, including large multinational corporations, medium-sized enterprises, and small manufacturers. About 10 to 15 major pharmaceutical companies, such as Aurobindo Pharma, Lupin, Hetero, and Biocon, have annual turnovers exceeding $500 million. There are around 8,000 to 10,000 small and medium enterprises, or SMEs, in the pharmaceutical sector. The turnover in 2023 is approximately $50 billion, reflecting a growth of about 10% over the previous year. The Indian pharmaceutical industry is projected to reach a total size of $130 billion by 2030, growing at a compound annual growth rate of approximately 10 to 12%. Financial contribution. Big pharmaceutical companies likely contribute about 60 to 70% of the total turnover, approximately $30 to $35 billion. Financial contribution SMEs contribute around 20 to 30% of total turnover, which is about $10 to $15 billion. Export percentage. Export accounts for about 54 to 56% of the total turnover, roughly translating to $27 to $28 billion. Big companies' exports. Major pharmaceutical firms account for approximately 80% of export turnover. SME export contribution. SMEs contribute about 10 to 15% of the exports. Merchant export companies. These entities typically contribute roughly 5 to 10% of total exports. Major achievements of the Indian pharmaceutical industry. Global vaccine supply. India is a leading supplier of vaccines, meeting 60% of global demand for DPT, BCG, and measles vaccines. Generic medicine production. As the world's largest provider of generic medicines, India holds a 20% share of the global supply. Pharmaceutical exports. In the fiscal year 2022 to 2023, India's pharmaceutical exports reached $25.3 billion, with the United States accounting for about 30% of these exports. Manufacturing facilities. India has around 670 US FDA-approved manufacturing facilities, the most for any country outside the United States. Market size and growth. Valued at $42 billion in 2021, the Indian pharmaceutical industry is projected to grow to $130 billion by 2030. Global market share. India holds a 3.6% share of the global pharmaceutical market by value, aiming to increase this to 7% by 2030. Progress in biosimilars, biopharmaceuticals, and pharmaceutical services. Biosimilars and biopharmaceuticals. India has approved over 100 biosimilars for 35 reference products, establishing itself as a global leader in biosimilar approvals. The Indian biosimilars market, valued at $349 million in 2022, is expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 25.2%, reaching $2.1 billion by 2030. Companies like Biocon have achieved US FDA approval for biosimilars such as Ogivri, Fulphila, and Semglee. Pharmaceutical services. India is a preferred destination for contract research and manufacturing services, offering cost-effective, high-quality services to global pharmaceutical firms. Valued at $11.8 billion in 2021, the Indian active pharmaceutical ingredients market is projected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 12.24% until 2027. Leveraging a diverse patient population and skilled workforce, India has become a hub for conducting clinical trials for global companies. These achievements highlight India's vital role in the global pharmaceutical ecosystem, significantly contributing to healthcare worldwide.
Okay, so I think I'll just ask Ramesh now what to do.
We have some time for questions, maybe 2 maximum. So if somebody has a question, we'll pass the mic around.
Can I answer one